We talked last week about having enough, doing enough, being enough, and knowing that what I would prefer to have in my life is enough to enable me live the life of my dreams. You know what I mean when I use that phrase? Essentially what I'm talking about is the life that is best enough for us. Again, as we finished with last week's conversation, I made the point that you're never going to reach perfection. So there is no point in attaching yourself to that notion at all. We need to ensure that enough is enough in the here and now. But very often people think, and think being the operative word, that they don't know what enough actually means, that their lives are full of gloom and doom. And believe you me, an awful lot of people are living lives that, as a result of thinking that way, are to all intents and purposes full of gloom and doom. People over the years have said to me, I hate myself, I hate my life, I've never been happy. I don't know what you're talking about when you talk about being present in the moment, carefree. And I'm sure there are times in all our lives where, words like joy, effortlessness, happiness, carefree have seemed as far and remote from the circumstances in which we find ourselves. And yet, this is the kind of experience we all prefer to have in our lives. Don't contradict me on that. There is nobody in this world who doesn't want their life to be joyful and carefree. If you find yourself in a situation that you think it hard to believe that you could be effortlessly joyful and carefree, go backwards in your life. Go back to times in your life, even if it was only for a split second, where you experienced happiness or pure joy. These events, these flashes that we have in our lives, very often much earlier in our lives, are what cognitive psychology calls positive mental resources, and we all have them. So if you are experiencing one of those dark days, well, first of all, it should only be a dark moment because you know how to take responsibility for your own state of mind. Press the reset button, pull yourself together and get on with the here and now. But if you find yourself in a hole, remember that even in the darkest of days, there are always the twinklings of joy, happiness and carefreeness that we have experienced in our past, which we can use as positive mental resources to enable us further refine the way in which our inner compass is leading us effortlessly towards our good enough true north, the life we would love to live.